an airliner seconds from landing, a military helicopter on a secretive mission. Then, disaster. How did two aircraft collide in one of the most secure airspaces in the world? The truth is more shocking than you think. January 29th, 2025. American Airlines. Flight 5342 takes off from Wichita, Kansas, heading for Reagan National Airport. On board, 60 passengers and 4 crew members. Just another routine flight. Meanwhile, a U.S. Army Blackhawk helicopter, call sign PAT-25, lifts off from Fort Belvoir. It's part of a night training mission for the Continuity of Government Plan. Captain Rebecca Lobach, Chief Warrant Officer Andrew Eves, and Staff Sergeant Ryan O'Hara. 2 aircraft, 2 different missions, but in moments, their paths will cross in the worst way possible. Collision course Flight 5342 was on its final approach to runway 33 at Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport. It was descending over the Potomac River, following a normal flight path. The pilots were using instrument flight rules, IFR, meaning they were relying on their instruments and air traffic control, ATC for guidance. At the same time, PAT-25, the Blackhawk helicopter, was flying along the river but in a perpendicular direction. The helicopter was operating under visual flight rules, VFR, meaning the crew was navigating by looking outside instead of relying on instruments. These 2 aircraft had completely different operating procedures. A commercial plane on IFR usually gets priority in controlled airspace, while VFR flights must adjust accordingly. But on this night, something went terribly wrong. The Potomac River serves as a vital flight corridor for both commercial and military aircraft, making air traffic management in the region extremely complex. Flight 5342 was operating under instrument flight rules, meaning it had priority in controlled airspace. At the same time, a U.S. Army Blackhawk helicopter, identified as PAC-25, was flying under visual flight rules, VFR. Under these conditions, the helicopter crew was responsible for maintaining visual separation from other aircraft. As Flight 5342 made its final approach, air traffic control reached out to PAC-25 to confirm if they had the landing aircraft in sight. The helicopter pilot responded affirmatively. At first, this suggested that the pilot was aware of the approaching plane and was taking precautions. However, a chilling realization would later emerge. PAC-25 had likely mistaken another aircraft for Flight 5342, failing to notice the real threat. Moments before impact, the Blackhawk continued its flight path along the river, unaware that Flight 5342 was descending directly into its path. This tragic misidentification meant the helicopter did not alter its course in time. What followed was a catastrophic mid-air collision, forever changing the lives of those on board both aircraft. The passenger plane shattered upon impact, breaking into multiple pieces before sinking into the icy waters of the Potomac. The Blackhawk, meanwhile, flipped upside down, crashing into the river. Rescue operations were challenging due to the frigid conditions, floating ice, and the water's depth of about 8 feet, 2.5 meters. Air traffic control recordings of the incident later surfaced, revealing the crucial miscommunication. In the audio, the controller attempts to confirm that PAC-25 has visual contact with the correct aircraft. The pilot's confident but incorrect response sealed the fate of everyone involved. Video footage from the Kennedy Center cam also captured the horrifying moment, showing a sudden flash as the 2 aircraft collided mid-air. A lesson in aviation safety investigations pointed to a critical misunderstanding. The helicopter pilot had visually locked onto the wrong aircraft. Believing it to be Flight 5342, he continued on his path, unknowingly putting himself and others in immediate danger. This tragic event underscores the delicate balance of air traffic coordination and the devastating consequences of even minor communication errors. The accident raises pressing questions about aviation safety, the challenges of mixed IFR and VFR operations, and how future policies might prevent similar incidents. What could have been done differently? Could enhanced tracking technology or stricter flight separation protocols have averted this tragedy? These are questions that continue to shape the conversation around air safety today. If you have thoughts or insights, share them in the comments below. Aviation safety is a shared responsibility, and learning from the past is the key to preventing future tragedies. The impact sent both aircraft crashing into the icy waters of the Potomac River. Rescue teams faced extreme challenges. Strong currents, floating ice, and scattered debris made their mission difficult. Emergency responders, along with the Naval Sea Systems Command and the National Transportation Safety Board, NTSB, worked relentlessly to recover wreckage and locate victims. As of February 6, 2025, major sections of the Blackhawk helicopter, including its right engine and tail rotor, have been retrieved. The NTSB is currently analyzing flight data from both aircraft to piece together the exact chain of events leading to the tragedy. Investigators are focusing on multiple factors, such as the helicopter's altitude changes, the effectiveness of its safety systems, and the air traffic control decisions made in those final moments. With this airspace being one of the most highly regulated in the country, aviation experts are eager to see what the final report will reveal. More updates to come. The information in this video is based on reports from CNN and BBC News, and I'll continue updating as more official details emerge. If you want to stay informed on this and other aviation investigations, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Also, let me know in the comments, what do you think needs to change to prevent incidents like this in the future?